So Moses stood between God and the people. This is during that time that Moses had been up on Mount Sinai, the Mount of God, and there God was talking to him and giving him the law, and it was an incredible, incredible experience. And then God said, you need to go back down. Those people have defiled themselves. And when Moses goes down and confronts his brother and confronts those who were dancing around that idol, and it was a horrible, horrible scene. God was angry. And God wanted to just deal with them right then and there. But Moses stood between God and the people. And this is where Moses said, he says, look, if you're going to blot them out, you blot me out too. And he says, take me out of the book. And then, if you follow on down through this, and the Lord said unto Moses, whosoever has sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. As I said yesterday on the broadcast, this is the first record that we have that God has a book. And here Moses is saying, blot me out of your book. And then God said, look, if you sin against me, that I'm going to blot you out of the book. And I said yesterday on the broadcast, I'm curious about this. And I said, well, how does one get in the book? And I've checked some of my theologians, books that I like to read and research and check things out of it. And people are kind of not sure about this. And some of them are not really wanting to jump in and really say, yes, this is this. But I think that the understanding is that people are going to be in the book. And that he talks about those who are righteous, but then I also read in the scripture says that there are none righteous. No, not one, the scripture says. So again, I'm saying, who is in the book? And, well, the thing is, I want to flip the question around and say, well, it's not so much those who are in the book, but those who have been taken out of the book. And why have they been taken out of the book? Well, God just told us here. He said, because of sin. Because of sin. Now, when I think about this, and I fast forward into New Testament law and New Testament doctrine, and we get into the realm of grace, and it becomes a little bit confusing to say, well, I don't have to really concern myself about being written in the book when I am saved by grace. And grace is the reason why I claim that I'm going to go to heaven, because I'm saved because I asked Jesus Christ to come into my heart. But we still have this book to contend with. And the more I read, the more curious I came about this whole thing about the book. And so I said yesterday, we'll continue to discuss this week, because, well, if God's got a book, then my prayer is that my name is written in it. And I think that if we're wise, we would all have that same desire. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.